Hello there and welcome to the show. Today, we're diving into why China's so worried about the US Navy's latest underwater marvel, the Manta Ray submarine. This sleek underwater predator is different. It's got the Chinese government sweating like a panda in a sauna, and for good reason. The Manta Ray is rumored to be a technological leap forward, a game changer in naval warfare. And trust me, when it comes to the ocean, the US Navy doesn't mess around. They've got more submarines than an Adele concert, and they're not afraid to use them. So buckle up, because we're about to explore why the Manta Ray is sending ripples of anxiety all the way across the Pacific to Beijing. Let's dive in.
Now, let's talk about stealth, because when it comes to submarines, being sneaky is the name of the game. Imagine this. You're China, trying to track what the US Navy is up to, and suddenly, poof, it's like they've vanished into thin air. Except it's not air, it's water, and a lot of it. The Manta Ray is said to be equipped with cutting-edge stealth technology that would make a ninja jealous. We're talking about anechoic coatings that absorb sonar waves, making it incredibly difficult to detect on radar. It's like trying to find a black cat in a coal cellar at midnight. Good luck with that. This level of stealth is a game changer because it allows the US to operate with near impunity in contested waters like the South China Sea. With the Manta Ray lurking undetected, China's network of underwater sensors and surveillance systems becomes about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. It's not just about disappearing, it's about creating uncertainty, sowing doubt, and keeping your adversary guessing. In the high-stakes world of naval warfare, knowledge is power. And the Manta Ray's stealth capabilities give the US a significant edge. And that, my friends, is the beauty of stealth technology.
But wait, there's more, because apparently being super stealthy wasn't enough. The Manta Ray might also be capable of operating autonomously. That's right, we're talking about a submarine that can essentially drive itself. Think self-driving car, but underwater, and significantly more terrifying. Now, before you start picturing a rogue submarine with a mind of its own, let's be clear. Autonomous doesn't mean independent. These submarines would still operate under human supervision, but they wouldn't require a crew on board for every mission. First off, it means longer missions. We're talking weeks, maybe even months underwater without having to surface. The Manta Ray could be out there quietly patrolling, gathering intelligence, and generally being a nuisance, all without the need for risky and expensive crew rotations. And that brings us to the second point, safety. By removing humans from the equation, you eliminate the risk to personnel. No more worrying about cramped quarters, limited oxygen, or the crushing pressure of being thousands of feet underwater.
So we've got a stealthy, potentially autonomous submarine. But where can it actually go? Well, that's the thing about the Manta Ray. It's designed to be a versatile platform, capable of operating in a wide range of environments. We're talking deep ocean trenches, shallow coastal waters, even those awkward bits in between. It's like the Swiss Army knife of submarines, but instead of a toothpick and a corkscrew, it's got torpedoes and underwater drones. This expanded operational range is bad news for China because it means the US Navy can project its power across the globe with even greater ease. The Manta Ray could potentially bypass a 2/AD strategies like a teenager sneaking out past their curfew. The Manta Ray's extended reach allows the US to monitor global shipping lanes, conduct surveillance on potential adversaries, and respond to crises in remote regions with unprecedented speed and agility. It's like having a mobile underwater base that can pop up anywhere in the world at a moment's notice. And that, my friends, is a very powerful capability to have.
Now let's talk about firepower. The Manta Ray is rumored to be equipped with a state-of-the-art weapons system, including precision-guided torpedoes, mines that can be remotely detonated, and even the ability to launch unmanned underwater vehicles. Think of it as a high-tech underwater arsenal, ready to deploy at a moment's notice. This advanced weaponry significantly enhances the US Navy's dominance in undersea warfare. It's not just about sinking ships anymore. It's about disrupting enemy communication lines, disabling critical infrastructure, and projecting power in a way that was previously unimaginable. Imagine this. A Chinese warship is sailing through the South China Sea feeling pretty confident when suddenly, bam! It's hit by a torpedo launched from a submarine that they never even saw coming. That's the kind of tactical advantage the Manta Ray brings to the table. It's like playing a game of chess where your opponent can't see half of your pieces. They're moving blindly while you're always one step ahead.
Now, let's talk about China's response to all of this. China has been pouring billions of dollars into its own military modernization program, specifically focusing on anti-access/area denial capabilities. Essentially, it's a fancy way of saying they want to keep the US Navy as far away from their shores as possible. They've been building artificial islands in the South China Sea, deploying long-range missiles, and developing their own fleet of submarines. But the question is, will it be enough to counter the threat posed by the Manta Ray? The Manta Ray's stealth and autonomous capabilities are specifically designed to overcome these types of defenses. It's like creating a master key that can unlock any door. China is now faced with a dilemma. Do they double down on their existing strategy, pouring even more resources into a system that might be obsolete before it's even finished? Or do they go back to the drawing board and try to come up with a new plan? It's a tough call, and one that has no easy answers. But one thing's for sure, the introduction of the Manta Ray has shifted the balance of power in the Pacific, and China is scrambling to adapt. But the Manta Ray's impact extends far beyond its physical capabilities. We're talking about the psychological effects, the fear of the unknown, the nagging feeling that there's a silent predator lurking just beneath the surface, waiting to strike. It's like the Jaws theme song playing on a loop in the minds of Chinese military planners. They know it's out there, they just don't know where it is or when it might strike. This uncertainty can be a powerful weapon in itself. It can lead to strategic paralysis, as decision-makers second-guess themselves, hesitant to make a move that might trigger a response from the unseen enemy. This psychological impact can have real-world consequences. China might feel compelled to overcompensate for the perceived threat, pouring even more resources into its military, diverting funds from other crucial areas like education, healthcare, or addressing their environmental problems. And in the end, it's the Chinese people who might end up paying the price.
The Manta Ray isn't just a submarine, it's a game changer in naval warfare, and it's making waves far beyond the ocean. It's a technological marvel, a strategic asset, and a psychological weapon, all rolled into one sleek underwater package. Whether it lives up to the hype remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, the Manta Ray has put the world on notice. The US Navy is not resting on its laurels. They're constantly innovating, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.